Welcome back, everyone. So this is just a continuation of our previous episode, which
Yes.
talks about our journey here in Australia, basically how we
Mm-hmm.
started.
Hello,
The previous
hello.
episode was just quite long, so we had to cut it in. Yeah,
Two parts.
we had to make it in two parts.
Yep.
All right. So going back, we didn't even finish during the last episode about how we juggled being a student and working at the same time.
Yeah. So,
Um,
babe, just to let you know, when we came to Australia, both you and I experienced the hashtag working as working students.
we haven't.
We have
Yeah,
experienced
we
the
have.
hashtag working students because this is where we've given the opportunity to work while we study,
Mm.
right?
Didn't get how you said it.
I said when we came to Australia, this is where we experienced working as a hashtag working students.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So actually guys, just to put it out there, I'm so proud of my dad because he's actually a working student.
Back in the Philippines.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the
Because
day.
yeah, he with
19 when?
kopong kopong kopong. So I just want to give a shout out to my dad. They are not really that rich, so they couldn't afford to send anyone to school. And mind you, out of the seven siblings, he's the only one who actually finished
Mm.
uni. And like
I'm pretty sure my mom and dad actually did the same thing. I'm not sure about my dad, but definitely my mom.
was a working student.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Where did you work prior to
I can't remember. I wasn't paying attention when she was talking about it. Love you,
Oh,
ma.
now you know, ma ha. Alam mo na yan.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I always love hearing my dad's stories because
Mm.
it's really humbles me, humbles us because of their beginnings, like their challenges back in the day. So he had to walk like long walks to go to school,
Mm.
and like this is like back when there was like only a couple of schools back in the Philippines, guys. So it's really tough times for them, and I'm really really proud of my dad because he pursued his dream to finish university. And so he would always say that you guys are very lucky. The only job that you need to do is just to finish university. You don't have to work like me
Mm.
because we were sent back in the Philippines, guys. If you go to uni, you're actually studying full time with 30 units in total. That's
30?
for me. Like every semester I always
Um
take up 30 because that would take me to like 4 years of nursing
okay.
if I take 30 units per semester.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I can't even
yeah,
remember how many units per subject back then because in
I
here it's just 1:1.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
But it was really hard because that's a lot of subjects and you're just like boom 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 boom. Everything is just like full on. Like full on. There's a lot of units, a lot of courses that you need to take for you to finish that semester. And like my parents would always remind me that that's your only job is to finish uni. You don't have to work. We'll do that for you. We'll send you money. We'll pay for your accommodation, pay for everything. So
Very relatable.
yeah, which is very relatable. And thank you to our parents who actually sacrificed a lot for us to send us to uni to finish our
You're getting
nursing.
a bit too emotional there.
I am because I just want to give this shout out to them
Yeah.
because they deserve it. And even for mama.
Yeah.
Like mama is a single mom who actually sent this three three children to school and then tried everything for them to have a better future. And big shout out to our parents. Clap
Yeah.
clap naman dyan.
I'm still getting used to using this sound pad. Bear with me.
Yep. So, like, again, going back, my dad used to work as a security guard nako.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
he works at night and studies in the morning. Can you imagine?
Technically did that too. So in a way, probably not in the same way.
Manner. Yeah.
Not in the same way.
job. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I kind of did experience doing that too, like having to work night shift and then do uni the following day.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's really he can relate. But
So yeah, keep going.
again, like the sacrifices that our parents did, like when we came here, we don't have parents here anymore, guys. So we have to work our ass off to actually make money for ourselves and just to pay for rent, for your groceries, for your bills, for petrol, for your car. So those things that we didn't ask our parents, or like we didn't ask for help from our parents with, those are like basic. But again, it's so hard because you're juggling being a student and being um able to work and earn money
Yeah,
at the
you
same
definitely
time.
didn't want to ask your parents for additional
No,
money for
because
although it's sometimes it's unavoidable due to like
other circumstance.
yeah,
Yep. But
as
again,
much as possible you rather take up that responsibility.
and that was a deal that I made with my
Mm.
mom. Like I would only ask her money to finance me to study here,
Mm.
to my tuition fee, and the rest I would like strive hard to earn money for. So I worked two jobs. I worked as an assistant in nursing in
Two facilities.
two aged care facilities, guys. And mind you, sometimes I know this is bad, but I think it's relatable. Sometimes I do morning short shift in one facility and do an afternoon one in another facility. So yeah, just leave a comment if you've done that
Yeah,
before.
especially during school holidays, because school holidays in here there's the 20-hour a fortnight limit
They changed
basically
it.
doesn't
Yep.
take effect, so you can work full-time
Extra.
hours
Yes.
as long as you let your facility know that it's your school holiday, so they'll let you work out some extra shifts.
Exactly. And kuracha lang, guys.
Mm.
That's what I called kuracha. So I've been working every time, like every day to earn a lot of money, but sometimes even like my back is so sore. We couldn't see each other every
Mm.
time because we're like different shifts. We share the same car. We pick up like one another, and it's just wasn't enough, isn't it? Like at some point,
Well,
it's not
it was,
enough.
yeah, well, not enough if you're gonna factor in the wants on top of your needs. It definitely
Exactly.
wasn't
Yeah,
enough.
true. It
But yeah,
wasn't. Yeah.
especially from my case where we had to borrow money just for me to study here. So
Yeah, true. So a
actually,
big shout out to our relatives
yeah,
to actually helping
lend
us.
us money
Yeah.
to actually pursue this
Dream.
dream.
Yeah, exactly. Because it
um,
wasn't easy. It wasn't
yeah.
easy. So look guys, like not a lot of people in the Philippines are rich that we can afford
Mm.
to send
So I
someone
actually
to.
had to travel from Jensen to Manila just to convince my tita to um what's the term, sponsor this dream.
Yeah. 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 And let's be realistic. You
Shout
got to
out
do.
tita, you know who you are. Love you so much.
Yeah. We love you. Can we name her though?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tita Charlie. Hello.
Hello, Tita
If
Chari.
you're
God
watching.
bless you. You have a really generous heart. Thank you so much for helping Ruel back then, and we hope not to disappoint. So
Hopefully I've paid you off, I think.
yeah. So I mean, like for immigrants like us, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people I've heard stories of some people actually selling all their properties just to finance uh
The
a
study,
relative,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
or their children to study overseas
Mm.
and to establish themselves and hopefully support them to
Mm.
send them money, like help them over time.
Yeah.
And that's usually the case. So yeah, being an immigrant doesn't mean like you have a lot of money.
Oh, I
That
also remembered like this happened really early.
Yep.
Like during my first month here, that I broke my
Yeah, he broke his arm.
not my arm, but my wrist.
Your
Was it
wrist.
my left wrist or right wrist?
I can't
Was
remember now.
Yeah, I can't remember now. Cause
Maybe right.
yeah.
So he
So
loved this game so much
I
that he
was
broke
yeah.
his arm.
So I got invited to join like a basketball team in here.
Mm-hmm.
So like during a league game, yeah, accidentally broke my wrist
Yep.
because in my attempt to jump, and then this big fella slid under me, so I fell on my back and actually braced myself with my hand, which was my mistake.
Mm.
And then yeah, it suddenly swelled up.
Yep. And then surprise, surprise, it's fractured.
Yeah, so I
So
was sidelined for 3 months, which was kind of painful. Like it wasn't
it
my attempt.
was it was also a
So
challenge for us, like because we are this.
I definitely did ask extra money just to
Yeah,
cover for
yeah.
rent
You
at
did
that
not
time.
ask Mama
Yeah.
for money for that because, look, guys, I felt like back then. Don't don't be offended, but I know
Yeah, yeah,
you.
that's
I know
yeah, it
you.
was a tough time.
Yeah, I know you felt how I felt
Mm.
back then because for me it was already like a struggle, and also I felt like he's being a burden to me because I
Mm.
was already paying for everything. I'm paying for the rent, I'm paying for the petrol,
Groceries, yeah.
groceries, so everything. So it's a lot in my plate, and as I've said, like you're earning, I'm working say 40 hours a fortnight, and that's not enough, guys, to
Mm.
actually finance the two of us. We're also studying, so we don't have that extra luxury and extra money to
Mm.
actually um buy the things that we want. So I told him, you know what, you better ask your mom for some
Mm.
money, even just to help us with the rent, because that's a
But
lot.
did that experience make us a better couple? Heck yeah.
Yes. But it was definitely a challenge. We
Yeah.
fought a lot. Because I
Yeah.
guess also when we started as student life, that was the really first year that we got to know each other,
Mm.
like by ourselves.
Mm.
Like it was a tough time, but look, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, we're still here.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. All right. Now going back, so we both had like two jobs before, and then he did mention that he had to drop down the other work that we were working together
Mm.
because it doesn't work for us. And mind you, guys, work here is hard. Like I couldn't imagine myself working as an AN forever because it's hard in a way that it's
Shout out to
backbreaking.
those who are AANs for
For a
quite some
long,
time.
long
Yeah.
time. I salute you guys. I don't know how you do it, but you guys, I've been there, and I can say that I should be proud because I'm looking after people who are actually needing me or needing us the most, especially with their activities of daily living, like even just showering. It's so hard. It's a challenge for someone who can't even shower themselves.
Mm.
And emotionally, like we're there to support them, like being like saying hi, hello, it's a really good one. Like you can get an effect to people, and they can get to know you and you can get to know them. So it's a really fun experience. And again, I would just say hashtag working student is hard, but we did it. So if we can do it, you guys can do it too. If you're planning to come here
Mindset ba?
to be
Mindset.
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 If you're planning to come here as a working student or as a student, don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed. Just try your best. Um Reach your goal. I mean, be goal driven, that that's your main purpose.
Mm.
And focus on that goal, and then you will succeed, hopefully. Now, where are we up to?
Shall we move
Move
on
on
from
to.
our student experience or
I
student
think
working
so. I
student
think
life?
so. So, yeah, again, the journey started as a student, and now we became nurses after
Yeah.
a year and a half of uni for me and a year of uni for you.
So
Yeah,
after uni, unlike in the Philippines, we don't have to do like a board licensure
exam.
examination.
We only had to do the English exam.
Yeah, because as a foreign national, it's a requirement for you to register as a
Yep.
nurse in here.
Yep.
So I don't. Do you really wanna touch base on how many times you took the English exam, or are we just gonna forget about it?
I want to cuss, but no.
Anyway, so your first job as a registered nurse in Australia.
But prior to that, babe, what were the struggles? Say now you've been eligible to, you're a nurse already.
Mm.
You've got your registration. What were the struggles first?
The struggle was mainly because I was oh sorry. So technically we're not done with our student life yet. Because after I've graduated uni with my bachelor's degree in here, I actually had to enroll another course just to bridge because my visa was expiring. So I had to scramble around and actually enroll for a certificate in disability
Right.
just to stay here in Australia while
Yeah.
you were doing the extension of your uni
Yeah.
study.
Yeah,
So I
but
forgot that bit.
just to cut you up there, right there. So what happened was, guys, even though Ruel is now a registered nurse,
Mm,
the struggle was he doesn't have a visa to
yeah.
actually work full time as a
Yeah.
registered nurse.
I was getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there. Okay. All right. So you continue. While I was doing my extension, like say my another semester to
Mm,
continue my uni, he was also struggling to find a way for him
to
to
stay.
continue
Yeah.
to stay.
Yeah.
So
So I was technically still on a student visa, which has that limitation that we've mentioned earlier.
mm,
So that was the main issue when you were trying to look for your RN job in
yep.
here,
Yep.
because at that time they were just solely fixated with being able to work full time, and are you a permanent resident in here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's not a lot of opportunities. That's where that's what we're saying, that
Mm.
there's not a lot of opportunities, especially if you've got visa restrictions,
Mm.
um, for you to work as a nurse.
Mm.
And so but still we gotta do what we gotta do. And
Yeah.
Ruel enrolled to another course or a
Outside of uni,
certificate.
yeah, in
Yeah,
one of like a small college.
just for him to actually have enough time to process his visa
Yep.
for him to get his permanent residency
Yep.
and for him
To
to
apply
work.
for permanent residency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then for him to work as a registered nurse. So
And luckily, to cut that story short, before I even finished the first semester, did I finish the first sem? No.
no, you did not.
Before I could even finish the first semester of that certificate, my permanent visa
Yep.
was granted. And yeah, that was what was it? Momentous
Yeah, a momentous event for
event
us.
for us because I was actually I was
We were
about
crying.
I was crying in the car because I was about to do like
You were about to start your shift.
there. I was I was parking my car.
Yep.
And then I got this phone call from our agent saying, "Oh, congratulations, you got your permanent residency." And I was like, "Oh, am I well enough to start to still report to work?" I was like, "I'm teary, like I'm short of breath. I'm so excited." And then yeah, but I sucked it up because I needed the money anyway, and it was too late to cancel the shift.
And I was at home. I didn't have work that day.
Mm,
I received a call and email just to confirm. It was surreal.
mm,
It was super surreal that I had to pinch myself, and then after that phone call from our agent, we called each other and we're like crying. I'm getting emotional now. We started crying because I can still remember the feelings that I had that day.
yeah.
It was really
I was like,
it
for
was really a
real, like
dream
we
a
can stay
dream
here
come
permanently,
true.
no more restrictions. We're
Yeah.
finally gonna have Medicare. I can break as many bones as I can playing basketball.
No, don't do that to yourself, please. But yeah, like it's one of the ultimate goal. If you're an immigrant, guys, you would want a reason to stay. And mind you, there's always that fear, again, for me, especially, that I would be sent home. Like, hey, you don't have enough reason to stay here, you don't have a visa, so we're gonna
Reason to
send.
stay. You always have a reason to stay here.
But you don't have a visa. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You don't have the reason to stay because you don't have a
You
visa.
don't have the right to stay.
Yeah. And then what if they just call me and then they just kick me out of the country? It's all those hesitations, all those questions in my head. And then when we got the phone call, it was like taken out of my heart because like we're just waiting on that one.
Mm.
We're just waiting on that one, and then we can finally apply for a full-time job for
Yeah.
you. I can apply for a full-time job once I finish my uni, and it was.
We're in the 20th minute mark.
I know.
Okay,
Why is it so
so
emotional? This is a challenge, but I hope
hopefully a lot of you guys can relate to this story. Yeah.
exactly, and hopefully we can inspire you because it
I know we're jumping from
one topic to another.
yeah, but yeah, we're trying to compose ourselves here because just reminiscing all of this is yeah,
It's a
overwhelming.
very yeah. It's I guess it's just opening up a lot of
Memories,
memories, also old wounds, and
struggles.
also
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
So
And
going back, let's cut that bit. Your first job. Oh, my first job. So applying for my first nursing job, I actually got frustrated because I've applied on like a
dozens.
ton
Yeah.
of job openings, but no one would entertain my application. Not even
Yep.
agency work.
Yep.
Agency work means like I would have to work for a company and they would just send nurses everywhere, whichever hospital or
Yeah.
facility would book a nurse for that particular shift.
So you don't
So
have a choice, guys, which area you go
yeah,
to.
well technically you can choose, but then they'll offer you, oh, this ward is looking for
Mm.
a nurse for this particular shift. Are you gonna pick it up or not?
Yep.
But anyway, not even that, because at the for like starters, that's the easy way in for the profession. Like not even
Mm.
a single agency facility would accept me. I don't know what's wrong with my CV
Yeah.
or yeah.
It was just tough,
Uh,
guys. I would say what it was tough,
So I was already three
especially
months in registered as a nurse, but I was still working as an IAN because I can't get like
a proper job
a
as a
proper
nurse.
job as a nurse, as
Yeah.
a registered nurse.
It was a struggle really for him, guys, and seeing him, he gets so frustrated, he gets so upset that like what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, it's like I started questioning myself. It's like, is my reference from overseas like a problem? Like, what are they saying? Like, why
Yeah,
why
what
can I?
is wrong with
I was like, with my
everything?
experience overseas, like, what is wrong?
Yeah, true. But again, guys, I think it would also boil down to your experience overseas, this reference that you put in your resume, and I guess that really the opportunity. It
Mm.
wasn't really a time for you to shine back then.
Yes, and luckily one afternoon I just got a phone call from
An agency.
an agency. I was like, finally, I was so relieved. It was like, whatever shift it is or whatever the requirement is, sign me up.
Yes.
Like, I'm
We
gonna do
we
the
just
job.
need a job.
Yeah, I just need to say that I'm starting my
Yeah.
registered nursing career. It's
Yep.
like, sign me up, whatever it is.
And it also opened a lot of doors for him,
Mm.
guys, because that's when he found his new love for his job now.
You love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's a different department. You
Yeah.
used to work in ED back in
Yep.
the Philippines, but now you are in a different department. You've met a lot
Mm.
of good people, and we're still
Yeah.
friends with them until
So I
now.
was when I picked up the job, I was sent to a lot of different places. I was sent to a ward in a hospital where I did my placement before, and the team leader there, I can remember still vividly
Mm-hmm.
how she was with me when I was still a student.
Was she nice?
Uh, in a way, yeah. But yeah. So when I did my shift there, I saw her. I was like, hey, it's like, look at me now.
I'm a nurse now.
But I don't know, it was fun. Like, it wasn't in an arrogant way. It was just like a fun way of saying like, hey, I survived, I made it. Like,
Yeah,
we're
like
colleagues now.
true,
Yeah,
true.
yeah. And then I was also sent to a cath lab
Oh,
in
were
an
you?
hospital. Yeah, I was so pissed off because when they texted me the shift, it was meant to be on a surgical ward. So I was like, okay. And then when I got out of the hospital, it was like, no, you're doing a shift in one in
Cat lab.
no, was it cat lab? Like,
CCU.
no, CCU. Yeah, that's it.
CCU.
Yeah, the coronary care. I was like, I wouldn't have a clue on what to do there. Like, this a lot of machines hooked up to this clients, and I wouldn't
Yeah,
even.
telemetry. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
know how to work it out.
Yep.
So I was so pissed off. I was so ready to walk off from that shift. But the facility manager was saying, "Oh, just stay there for a while. We'll find a replacement, and we'll send you. We'll switch you back to the surgical ward." But anyway, I
It
finished the
didn't
shift.
happen,
It
right?
didn't happen. I survived the shift. That was the absolute perfect term for it. I survived that shift without anyone dying, so I was happy.
Yes. Um,
And then voila, I was one day sent to my current workplace, which is a lot different to
what you used to?
what I'm used to.
Yep.
So yeah, dealing with a lot of behaviors which I'm not good with, dealing with a lot of self-entitled people.
But then
So can I say yeah? Can I say where I'm working?
no,
Okay, no.
no. Um, but
But yeah, so
are you happy there?
yeah,
Yeah.
there is up and downs, but I'm definitely happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You love what you're doing. I
There's
can see that.
definitely I can stay there for the amount of time that I did if I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person where I would just find bits and pieces to inspire me to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Your
And yeah,
motivation.
I'm not the type of person where I would find a reason to demotivate myself.
Yeah.
Cause
Exactly.
yeah, like that would suck the life out of me. Like, why would I
Yep.
even do that to myself?
Yep.
But
He's ready to move on, guys.
but yeah, you can encounter a lot of personalities, colleague wise, in there,
Yeah.
which would unfortunately have those behaviors.
But that's everywhere,
Yeah, yeah,
Nako.
that,
That's
that's everywhere.
everywhere.
Like it's totally up to you if you wanna join in or just be yourself.
True. Um, is it my turn now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's very seldom that I've said a lot before, and then you can't
Exactly.
even
That's
butt
why I'll
in.
let you. Yeah. That's why I'll let you talk. So my first job was also an agency job, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a really nice way to start, guys. We're not saying it's a stepping stone, but
it
agency
is a stepping stone.
it is. Let's be realistic. It's a stepping stone, but they gave you a lot of opportunity to actually work in different areas. We are gonna talk more about, I think, the jobs, like
The job itself. Yeah.
yeah, the job itself and the challenges that we have with it. But yeah, I work as an agency nurse, also sent to different areas of the hospital and different hospitals as well. But when I found my dialysis job, it was actually I was actually just encouraged by our friend Katie. Shout out to Katie. I always give her credit for this because she did talk to the manager if they're still in search of someone who is a nurse and also willing to be trained to be
yeah.
as a dialysis nurse. And I was given that opportunity, 6 weeks of training, and I still love my job there until now. I still work as a casual
That's
dialysis
not what I'm
nurse.
hearing from you.
What?
Every time you finish your shift in there.
No, that was before. No, just kidding. No, it has definitely its challenges, Nako.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not always like nursing is a tough job, guys. It's not for everyone. Um but yeah, you just have to find light at the end of the day. And see, I always forget the challenges and the struggles that I have in there because I try to remember the good stuff, the
Yeah, same.
patient,
Yeah.
yeah, the colleagues, and the work that is actually, if you're working with a great team, it's not work. It's actually fun because you just have that support, you have that camaraderie, that you work as a team, and everything just
Spell
went
camaraderie.
teamwork na lang, teamwork. Napahirapan mo ba ako? And you work together and you finish the job and you go home together at the end of the day. So that's it. And now my other job is an emergency nurse,
Yeah.
which
What a twist of fate.
exactly to some fate because he used to be an emergency nurse and now I am an emergency nurse.
Well, I still had a chance to do emergency work because I had,
You did.
yeah.
You were actually he was actually hired. He was actually
Yeah,
given
Two
given two
options.
options that time. So guys, oh my god, coming from a person who was actually turned down a lot of
Well, not even
times.
turned down. I was ignored.
Yeah, he wasn't even given the opportunity. He wasn't even called for like, hey, can we book you in for an interview? He's not that. But then when the opportunity
Yeah, I
came,
was so blessed.
yes, there's two blessings that came for him. One is the emergency nursing at one of the hospitals here, and one is the current job that he has. And he picked something that is actually
Different. Well, at
different,
that time, what
that would
factored
challenge
in?
you.
No. Because at that time, what factored in was, as we were interrupted by the
Technical
camera
difficulty.
going flat.
Yep.
So just to continue, just edit it out.
Yes.
So just to continue, the major reason why I picked my current workplace as compared to my comfort zone. Well, it's not a comfort zone, but my previous related
Experience.
experience
Mm-hmm.
was because this current workplace of mine, the manager offered me like a full-time permanent position.
Wasn't it full time? The ED.
No, it wasn't. It was
Oh,
part-time.
okay, okay, fair
So
enough.
like as like an up and coming, um is that the right term? Like just starting my career
Yep.
and looking for financial stability, of course I would opt
For a full time
for a full-time position
opportunity, yeah.
rather than the part-time position. So that was the main, well, apart from the friends that I met in my current workplace when I was doing agency shifts. Shout out to you guys, you know who you are.
Green Army represent again.
Yeah, so apart from them, yeah, that was definitely the reason, the full-time job security.
Yeah, like
Cuz yeah, I was ambitioso. Like I wanted to buy or like earn as much as I can
yeah. Well, we're young. Well, we can
and buy stuffs that I can only dream about.
exactly. But yeah. For me, a lot of
And actually,
opportunities.
sorry, the main reason was to pay off um
You
my
student
dad.
that, yeah, you're student that from Tita Chari.
Oops.
Oopsie. But yeah. But for me, it was definitely what do you call this? The opportunity. I just want to actually expound my skills, not just to
Expand.
expound, because
Okay.
it's a lot of areas in nursing that we can actually try to um explore, guys. And yeah, I think ED would give me a lot of skills, and I really enjoyed it because it's like um people come and go. It's not always the um same cases for different patients, so it's a really nice exposure for me at this point, and I really enjoy it. Like I would say the team that I work with, they're really amazing. But you know what, sometimes you just
Good
have,
on them.
yeah, you just have like really sick patients that you just, you just try your best to save them, but you can only just do whatever you can at the end of the day, and not try to be the hero. you know
Mm.
what else?
I think that's the end of our topic. It's quite a lengthy one. Like
Yeah,
I mean, we still go forever, but I think it would be best to talk about it like more specifically some other time if you
yeah,
guys are
some other
interested.
time. But this journey is impossible without our families,
Yeah, definitely.
the people that are we call our friends turned into families.
Friends, frenemies.
Yes, and the people that surround us,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, we can only come to a different country, try to explore our options, push for success. But if there's no one there to actually, like, you can talk to, like
Relate
it,
to. Yeah,
yeah, I
it's a
can
big thing.
relate
Yeah.
to, yeah. And especially for me, I'm just really grateful that I have Ruel to spend it with.
Aww.
Oh, yes, because if I'm alone, I feel like I'm gonna be a lot depressed, a lot sad, maybe. But look, I did try to find joy, and that's hence the friends that we have. Did try to find new friends and new family that do, so I can like spend time and
Yeah,
the
and
opportunity here.
the friends that we met aren't limited to the circle in uni.
Exactly.
So
No.
which is really good. because it's a variety of age group.
Yep.
Um,
True. And we've had a lot of wisdom from new and old people that we met here in
mm,
Canberra,
yeah.
like
Like
Ateron and Kuken. Yeah.
someone who has experienced a lot can definitely give you like a more sounding advice compared
Yes.
to someone who just within your age group.
Exactly. A lot of wisdom for me.
Mm.
So big shout out to you guys. So yeah, that is our immigrant story
Mm.
and our journey. It's emotionally exciting and a really momentous time in our lives, guys. So if you want us to share more of how we, you know, how we still struggle to succeed here in Australia, please put in the comments down below. And I think that's about it.
Again, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for staying in tune.
Yes,
And
please download this episode and download the other podcast that we have.
yeah.
And we'll see you on the next one.
And again, I'm Ruel,
I'm Sheila.
and this is the
CommoNurse
CommoNurse
Podcast.
Podcast.
Bye, guys. Mwah.